Thanks for calling Lloyds Bank. This number is changing to a low-cost number. To use the new number, please redial on 0345 6032 289. That's 0345 6032 289. Or if you'd like to continue with this call, which could be charged at up to 13 pence per minute, plus your phone provider's access charge, please hold. You have not been charged for listening to this message.
Welcome to Lloyds Bank Insurance Services Limited. An advisor will be with you shortly. Please note, calls may be recorded. If you have a few minutes at the end of your call today, we'd like to call you back with a short automated satisfaction survey. To take part and leave your phone number, press 1. Otherwise, press 2.
Good morning, good afternoon, Select Customer Services. This is Joe. How can I help?
Hi Joe, I'm phoning to make an inquiry. My mother passed away last year in July, and she had a loan with you guys that had a payment protection insurance policy on it. She sadly passed away from cancer and spent quite a lengthy period in hospital, but I can see from downloading her credit file that the loan still remains outstanding. She was married shortly before she passed away, and that her husband has put his faith in a solicitor to deal with the estate, although hasn't applied for a grant of probate. And unfortunately, it appears that the loan is still outstanding, and that the PPI policy was never used, to obviously disregard the remaining balance, but also there was a lump sum that she could have claimed from what I can see from the amount of time that she was in hospital. I'm also looking, the reason why I'm phoning up is because it's slightly complicated, because she gave me permission before she passed away. I processed a PPI refund for her on a card policy she had, which was missold, and that came through, which was quite useful because it was money to put towards the funeral. But at the moment we're looking, the other policy that she had on a loan was also missold, and we're looking to potentially refund that. I've spoken with a member of your claims team about refunds, and they've said that I can just download some forms and then present the death certificate and marriage certificate to a local branch, and we can write it off. And because the interest was lumped in with the loan, it was definitely missold, so we should be able to get that one refunded. But obviously, before then, it would be quite good if we could actually claim on the product before it's voided and cancelled. So I'm just wondering if you can give me a bit more information about the procedure that needs to happen with that.
Right, well, firstly, you wouldn't be able to claim on the policy and then say it was missold. I mean,
that's not true.
Well, the whole idea of saying that the policy was missold would be that it would be of no benefit.
No, that's definitely not true. That's definitely not true. I worked for a really, really large PPI claims firm, and I was sort of on their senior litigation team. And even if you've claimed on a policy, you can definitely still refund it. That's not how the financial ombudsman or anybody views it. I mean, if you claim on the policy, but you were still charged over the odds, or you were told that you had to have the policy, or you were told, or the policy was lumped in with the value of your loan and you had to pay interest on the policy, or the policy was sold to you over the market rate, or alternatively, if you were self-employed, which she also was at the time when she took this out, so the policy wouldn't have. She was buying, cover against employment cover when she was self-employed, and obviously that completely voids it. So, I mean, there's a number of reasons why she was missold it, but I'm aware that you can definitely refund a policy whether you've used it or not. In British law, that's definitely concrete. I'm 100% on that.
Right, because if the policy is being missold, then it would, and you've had a successful claim, then it wouldn't be missold. But saying that, you've actually put it to the claims department, so you would need to speak the mis-selling department.
Yeah, I'm not asking with. Sorry, doesn't sound like maybe I've made myself clear. I'm not asking about. We're going to look at getting it refunded, getting the policy refunded because it was sold to her for £1,600 and she's been paying interest on that for over a decade, and that's illegal. So I mean, we're going to be looking at getting that refunded. But the reason I phoned up you guys today, who are the claims team, is because as it stands at the moment, the account, her loan account, is still open. There's a small balance remaining on it, about sort of £1,900. So the reason I'm phoning up today is to find out how we would go about claiming on that balance, because she was while she still had the policy, the product was active, and the product is still active, and she spent a long time in hospital. So the time that she spent in hospital, I understand there's hospitalisation cover, about £20 a day for each day she spent in hospital. So I just wanted to know about how we would go about getting that information, what sort of forms we would need, and what certification we might need from the hospital and hospices that she was in. And also I would like to, so that's the first thing, is how to claim on the policy with regards to overnight stays in hospital. And B, I would like to find out about the the death by terminal illness cover or slash death cover, because I know that that's something which should write off the remainder of the balance of the loan.
Right, okay, so have you got a policy number there? Or a loan account number?
Do, if you bear with me a second, I can find it for you. It might take me a second.
Friday, mate. Back in the woods for a while.
Where are you going, mate? Sorry?
Meet Juliet.
Sorry, just hold the line 2 seconds. Where are you going off to Ashburton?
Yeah, and then stop there to meet Matt, so you can give some money to meet him.
Okay, mate, it's just the stuff that kind of...
What?
Mm,
Something that urgently needs doing right now, isn't it?
no, maybe not.
I'm going, mate. She's waiting for me, mate. She's been waiting for me for ages.
Okay, cool. I'll speak to you in a bit. Sorry, just bear with me 2 seconds. I'll see if I can get this policy number for you.
No problem.
Yeah, I've actually got the signed certificate of the loan protection acknowledgement of purchase sheet here. So the loan agreement number is 100
Yeah?
3585
Yeah?
3161.
Right, so I just read that back to you again. It's 100 358 5361.
This says, yeah, that's for branch use only loan agreement number. That's what it's got there.
Nothing actually coming up with that number.
I think it may have been due to the fact that the loan might have been refinanced at some point. I think she had the terms changed on it.
It's a treble zero, not double zero.
Oh, sorry. So you found it then?
So, yeah, okay.
Great.
Can you just confirm your mum's name and her address?
Yeah, it's Ms. A. MacLeod, and it's 12 Market Close, Buckfordsley, Devon, Tango, Quebec 11, 0, Quebec Alpha.
So this policy was actually closed in 2005.
The policy was closed in 2005.
This insurance policy was closed 2005. She actually had a rebate as well. And she had money back off this policy. This policy isn't even active any longer.
Right. Okay. Can you? When was that actioned? 2005.
Yeah, 21st of May 2005. We refunded her as well.
And how much was she refunded?
£1,011.32.
And this was in 2005.
Yes, it was in 2005.
Okay. And when was the loan actually taken out?
The loan was taken out in November 2003.
So this was 2 years afterwards.
Yeah.
And why was that refunded? Can you see there?
Early settles a loan probably. I don't know, it doesn't say because we just get an instruction to cancel the policy for whatever reason. We just carry out the instruction, so we would have been informed by Lloyds Direct to cancel the policy and to refund whatever they needed to be refunded to them. That's what we've done. After one of the schools cancelled it.
So is that? So I mean, is this? You said Loans Direct. Is this? Is that a PPI? Is that a third-party loan provider which is underwritten by Lloyds, or is? I mean, 'cause I thought this was a Lloyds TSB Select Loan.
Loans Direct are the people that actually deal with the loans. They are part of Lloyds.
Fine. Okay.
They're
I'm confused as to why if she's paid £1,600 for a policy, which she's had for 2 years, that she's only received £1,000 back on it, and why? I mean, if she's refinanced the loan, if she's taken out an IVA or did some sort of refinancing agreement, which she may have done, where they've paid off all of her outstanding debts and done a sort of debt consolidation program.
She would have had to have paid. She would have had a full refund back because she would have also paid for the insurance policy, because she had the insurance policy for 2 years. So it's not pro rata. So the biggest part of the insurance policy was used up in the first part of the term of the loan. So that's why she would have only had £1,000 back, as opposed to the £1,600.
What? So it's accrued on a sliding scale based with a higher risk at the beginning.
Well, of course, yes, it's insurance, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I wasn't aware that it. Yeah, for sure. But I'm surprised that they would assume that someone's more likely to default in the first year.
Well, it's not necessarily default. It's just that if somebody was to unfortunately pass away at the beginning of the term of the loan, obviously the risk is higher because the company would end up having to pay an awful lot more money back than if they were to pass away at the end of the term of the loan.
Yeah,
or
I understand that.
If they were on the sick or unemployed,
yeah,
then they could be on sick for the whole term of the loan. Again, which is the risk is a lot higher at the beginning of the term of the loan.
Okay, so I'm still aware that she was self-employed when this was taken out.
Right.
So even though she's had she's had £1,000 repaid to her, but you can't explain to me why that is. You can just see that presumably the only reason that would have been refunded would have been because the actual loan the balance has been cleared. That must be surely.
Possibly there's no note on here. Just check. Well, there's nothing on here to say why it was actually closed down, but I can see on the back end of the policy that it was closed down. It looks to me, because there's a lot of cancellations that have gone in and been aborted, so that usually is a sign that they've gone in to get a quote, a rebate quote, to see how much. So to get a rebate quote, you need to go through part of the cancellation screen, and that will tell you how much the rebate will be. And it looks like she's had quite a few of those. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 quotes that they've been given on different days.
Okay, and so this is potentially she's gone into branch and they've said, well, if you want to cash in your insurance policy, you can do that.
Well, if you wanted to cancel your policy, and then she would have the remaining.
And you could have the remaining money back. Yeah. Okay. So in that instance, I mean, the policy definitely didn't. Was definitely cancelled after 2 years.
Yeah.
And the amount that she's paid in that 2 years is around £600.
She paid. Yeah, £664.71. We wouldn't have taken the payments for this, though. Loans Direct would have taken the payments for it because we, at the beginning of the term of the loan, they would purchase the insurance off us, so that they would take the payments for the insurance and the loan itself.
Well, I mean, I appreciate a lot of payment protection insurance policies are underwritten by third parties, Royal Sun Alliance, whoever. But the fact that it was a product which was lumped in with a Lloyds TSB loan, whether that's as part of a subsidiary or wholly by directly from you guys, you're still ultimately responsible for the selling conduct policies being adhered to at the point of sale.
I'm not denying that. I'm just advising you
Okay.
that we don't deal with the payments. So we never actually took the payments. We only actioned the claims on these policies. These were taken. The payments were taken out by Loans Director. If there was anything that you
as a separate payment.
No, it would be all together as one payment.
Yes, I mean it will have been taken out. So Loans Direct will have taken the premium instalment for the loan, plus the premium prorated on a sliding scale for the first 2 years at £300 each year for the payment protection policy, and then applied the rate of interest to both of those figures, which is what looks like that's what they've done.
Right, she would have paid the same amount every month for the insurance.
I thought you told me it was going to be more at the first.
Sorry?
I thought you said it was going to be more during the first couple of months, or during the first year.
The risk is higher, is what I said. The risk is higher.
So the premium's higher.
The payments are not prorated. The premiums are not prorated. You pay the same amount every month.
Right.
But the risk is higher. So it would be prorated on the amount that they would get back to a rebate.
Oh, I see. So if you're going to buy the policy, it costs the same, but if you're going to rebate it, then obviously having an uninsured policy at the beginning is going to cost you more than it would if you rebated it at the end.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So can you give me a figure as to how much? I mean, from what I can see on the agreement here, the figure is around 1,600. Let's have a look. It's around 1,600, which has been the original amount. So it was she took out a loan of £8,000, £8,001.21 is what it says in the bit of paper in front of me, and the amount of credit was actually £6,325.18. And then
I wouldn't have those details because we only deal with the insurance.
Okay, so can you tell me the figure that you've got for the optional loan protection insurance?
Right, the total premium is £1,676.03.
That's right, yeah. That's what I've got here. So, and she's had £1,000 of that back, but she's paid 2 years at the first. So she's effectively paid, 600 and odd pounds for the insurance policy. I mean, I'm aware that during that time, can you just confirm the date to me that this was taken out? I've got dates on the other bits of paper, but just so I can write it down here.
Well, the policy start date was November
2003. Okay. With regards to the rest of the loan then, when the loan went on, as I understand it, it looks like it was refinanced, and her payments went down to something like £50 a month, but they definitely weren't insured. There was no insurance policy on that at all.
Again, I can't comment on that because if they refinanced the loan, then the whole loan would have been paid off and a new loan would have been taken out. So it's possible that she didn't have insurance on the refinance loan. It would be a whole separate policy if she took insurance out. It would be a different policy number, possibly a different loan. Well, it would be a different loan number as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I think when I looked at it, some of the loan numbers were different. When I made some calls before, there were some issues regarding different numbers on there. But I mean, is there any way you can look up that information and see if she's got any outstanding policies? Because obviously, my main purpose of the call is to assist in the executor of her estate claiming on, the insurances which she had. Like I said, there's been a solicitor doing it, but they've neglected to fulfil their duties, partially because they're going through bereavement, and partially because I think they've just been a bit neglectful. But
Have you spoken to Loans Direct at all?
I didn't even know who Loans Direct were, to be honest.
Right, because Loans Direct would be able to tell you any loans, how the outstanding balance, anything at all to do with the loans and the policies. As I said, because it's only minimum information that I've got because we were a claims department.
I tell you what, I can actually look on. I can probably look on the credit file and give you the number for the outstanding balance, and I think that might still have the account. I'm not sure, but I can check, because if that's the policy number that you've got there, then you'd be able to see if that was whether it's Loans Direct or Lloyds TSB.
Right, the number that you gave me first of all is a loan account. The one beginning with 100, there's actually 3 zeros in there.
Right. Okay.
So did you want to speak to Loans Direct, or what did you want me to do?
I'm just going to see if I can find you the policy number for the one that hadn't been refinanced. For the one that had been refinanced, and perhaps you can, if I've got that, then we can put that in there.
I've got the policy number for this one.
Yeah, but the one that I've given you is for the one that you're telling me has been refinanced.
Right.
Well, I mean, I know that her payments went from about £150 down to about £50. So, and I think that on.
Well, then there was no insurance on that one because that seems quite low for a monthly premium.
I think it might have just been extended. But I mean, like I said, if she's had £1,000 back from the insurance policy being cashed in, I mean, it says here she's still got £1,905 outstanding. This is just from a credit score account. But if I can find, I think it had the number on there, but I'm not 100% sure.
Just try and do a name search.
Okay. So I mean, because the company that's coming up as Lloyds Bank Personal Loans, it's not coming up as Loans Direct. Although I appreciate on Experian, it's an umbrella, isn't it? But
it's because it all comes under Lloyds, see?
Yeah. Okay.
So it is Loans Direct.
I mean, it's saying that it's still the same loan provider. So if I think it's been refinanced with Loans Direct, because it's saying, I mean, Experian thinks that it's been the account's still open and it's been going for more than 10 years. So it's showing that it's still with Lloyds, and this has been refreshed recently, like within a couple of days. So I'm just trying to see if there was. I thought before there was some numbers on here. But I can't see that there is.
Right, there's no other. We hold no other insurance policies whatsoever. So the only other insurance policy that we had was a home insurance.
With Lloyds.
Yeah, and that's the only policy. There was just the 2 policies. So there was the one that we spoke about earlier and the house insurance. So
that was one that was only paid into for a couple of years, and that was a long time ago, isn't it? This isn't still an active policy that I can take over, or?
There's no active policies whatsoever. The house insurance policy has been lapsed, and the loan protection policy was the one that we just been talking about now, which was when the loan was refinanced.
Yeah.
So it looked that she refinanced the loan without insurance. Well, not with us anyway. I mean, she may have taken it out somewhere else, but there was no other insurance policy with us.
Cool. Okay. I mean, I would still look to obviously. I'll still look to see if we can reclaim that, because £600. It sounds like it's probably still yeah, I mean, that sounds like there's still something, so that might be something we can work there, but obviously claiming on it's going to be difficult. If it's been cashed in back in 2005, I'm just trying to ascertain, but I mean, you can be, I understand that, I mean, Lloyds, you would only ever offer policies, insurance policies from your own companies. You wouldn't offer third parties in-house, would you?
No.
Because I don't think she would have shopped for loan. I know she didn't shop for it elsewhere, 'cause it's not the sort of thing she would have done. But okay, so can you just remind me of the date, please, that the policy was cashed in? That would be really useful. Okay, thank you. Good.
The policy was cancelled on the 21st of the 5th, 2005.
Okay, and what was the value of that? It was about £1,000.
£1,011.32 is what she rebated back to us.
Okay. Great. Okay. So that's fine. If I can move forward with that, that would be great. But I mean, I'm just surprised that there's no, there's nothing current at all. There's absolutely, I mean, the loan has been refinanced by you guys, but she's chosen to opt out of the insurance.
Well, I don't know because I wasn't there at the point of sale of the loan, so I really don't know whether she chose not to take the insurance or chose to take insurance with another company. I don't know, but all I can say is that there is no active insurance policies with us for PPI or home insurance.
So there's no active policies, but can you see if the loan, if there has, which policies there have been in the past?
Well, that's the one I just said to you, that there was just the one insurance policy. There is no active policy. The only one that we have.
So literally the only two, yeah. So definitely, comprehensively, the only two that she's had have been the one that finished in 2005, and whatever it was, home insurance policy that lapsed.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything she can do about that? We can do about that?
As in?
I mean, with the lapsed home insurance policy, I mean, what happens with it? Is it like life insurance where it's kind of you get it's accrued as shares, or what?
What, the home insurance?
Yeah. I don't know. I've never had home insurance. I don't.
It's just the home insurance that you pay for a year, and then once it's up, and then you renew it. As and when. That you would just pay for that service.
Okay, fine. So it's not like a policy that accrues any value.
Well, no, because this is like car insurance. You would pay for the service. And
Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, I just wasn't sure of how the policies. I've never had one. So that's fine. Okay, cool. Well, I will get in touch with the refunds department and see if we can do something about the bit of money that she's had. It sounds like it will make it a little bit easier if she's not ever claimed on the policy. And yeah, I'll go from there. But thank you very much for your help. You've been really, really helpful today.
no problem at all.
Awesome. All right, take it easy. Bye.